Well, as you can tell, I've been brought up on instant coffee. I mean, I like all coffee, and I like all hot beverages really, and I obviously like the finer coffees as well. But I'm not a coffee snob, and as a instant coffee man, coffee on the go, it's always been the question of going for good quality instant coffee and making sure it's good. I even have the 3-in-1 as well. So when you're really on the go, you've got it. You just need to add the hot water. Yeah, the whole episode of what's happening at the moment with the slight easing of the government's lockdown measures. Lots of criticism at the moment going on about are we doing it right? Should we be breaking as early as we are? How come we've got more deaths than any other country now in Europe? We're now past that milestone of 40,000 deaths, and it just goes on and on and on and on. I think we're very fortunate to have actually kept it as low as we have. Quite honestly, when it was ravaging through the city of London in particular, and if you look at what happened in New York, how badly they got affected with it, just their city. I mean, London didn't take anywhere near as bad a hit because we planned it a lot better. I don't think it's fair to compare us with New Zealand or South Korea, entirely different countries, and any more than we should compare ourselves with America or New York. The UK has a lot of airports with a lot of international travellers, a lot of events going on in our country, as I've said before, in the form of the Premiership and the theatres and all the entertainment that goes on and the trade. We are the busiest hub in Europe when it comes to all activities. We are far busier than any other country in Europe when it comes to these things. Yes, there are certain cities in Europe which have busy hubs, but we have by far the busiest singularly, and we also have the most traffic going through our island than anywhere else. And I think we've got to just take it on board. You can't always be the best in the world when it comes to the fatalities, especially we've had. And people who say, well, look at New Zealand, how they did it. I mean, New Zealand's a country with what's it got? About, I don't know, 4 million people or so. It's an island the other side of the world which doesn't get anywhere near the traffic that happens in the UK. Yeah, it's a beautiful place, and I have no doubt, the woman is, but don't try and compare their situation with the UK situation. And when I hear people go on about we should have had a lockdown sooner, we should have closed airports sooner, I understand the logic of why we haven't done that. Haven't people been listening? There have been very few flights for that matter coming in. And when the pandemic was running rampant across the country, it made no sense to shut down airports. Now it does make sense to sort of put a quarantine pressure on airports because our infection rate is coming down. We obviously want to ensure people don't come in now to increase it or unstabilize it, because we're measuring the key tasks we are doing. Certain age groups going back to school, certain more people being able to congregate in one group but still keeping to the 2 meter distance, certain people going back to work in certain categories, and so on. The scientists are looking at these different things we are doing, and then they'll make an assessment on the numbers, and then we will take it to the next level. But if it doesn't move well in the right direction, then obviously we have to keep it on hold. And if it starts rising up, then we have to pull it right back in again. I mean, that's what we have to do. But we can't adopt New Zealand's approach, or we can't adopt Germany's approach, because we're not Germany and we're not New Zealand. We're England. We're a UK. we've got our own, we've got our own issues that we have to deal with in terms of the way our population think. I think the majority of our population are very sensible. There are some idiots, fools, who walk around sneezing on everything and everybody and doing all the kinds of things, and there are also those that are very overcautious, too cautious. The debate at the moment going on about why we've got the 40,000 deaths compared with other countries in Europe, well, there could be many reasons. The way our density of our cities have struck, the way our population moves around, the fitness of our population. As you know, the UK has the most, second to Malta, we are the most obese country in Europe. Malta's worse than us, all the other countries are better than us. So that could have a reason, couldn't it? There could be many, many reasons. What I will tell you is not one hospital was really overrun to the extent it couldn't cope. And the government have been forthcoming with their information on a daily basis in a structured way. What can you do? What can you say? I think it's you're a devil if you do it, and you're a devil if you don't do it. It's one of those sort of scenarios, isn't it? But I think no. Look, we are winning this war at the moment against the virus, and I'm hoping we'll have some good results come through with this phase we're in now, and to take it to the next level. My concern is what we do as we get into the winter months. We know this virus is less effective in the outdoors, it's more effective on the indoors when it comes to contaminating other people and moving between people. So we've got to be preparing ourselves for winter. People are phoning up. I'm hearing people phoning up on the radio with all this and asking, can we still go on holiday next month? Crazy questions. And the Ryanair boss, O'Leary, what an idiot. What an idiot. Very, he's only looking after himself. Only looking after himself. No, look, of course we're very concerned about the economy, but we have to have public health interest right first. It's as simple as that. And every country at the moment is worrying about their economy. We'll get there. We'll get it right. Talk to you again soon. Take care.